Good afternoon, everyone. So I made this compilation video so you have a one-stop shop. And basically this is a compilation of my first 4 videos that basically goes into all the apps I use, being a delivery driver for Doordash and GrubHub, also how to become a delivery driver for edible arrangement if you don't know how to. I also go into my top 10 tips, and it's basically everything I recommend any new delivery driver or somebody that's thinking about becoming a delivery driver to do. And even if you're a seasoned delivery driver, I have information and tips and different apps I'm sure you don't have or you've rarely heard of but don't know much about. So I highly recommend you watch this whole video because you can't go wrong with it. And I believe the total amount of it will be about 46 minutes, but it will go into, like I previously stated, it'll be the pros and cons of being a delivery driver, having realistic goals of being a delivery driver, and how to set your limits for them. The top 4 apps I use, so I go into depth with Everlance, I go into depth with Beans, which is amazing for finding apartments. I also go into Get Upside to get money back when you're getting gas, and also the Notes app on your phone, whether you have a Samsung Android phone or an iPhone. And then my most recent video will also be in it as well, and that's the top 10 tips. I tell you basically that you need to know to survive as a delivery driver out there, how to be successful as one, how to make the most money as a delivery driver. So get your popcorn ready and drink, go to the bathroom real quick if you need to. And this, hope you enjoyed this video and you watch this video to the end and you pick up some very helpful tips and information, and that you go download some of the apps that I have utilized for thousands of deliveries and to make good money with the information I'm about to share with you. Have a great day and enjoy the video. Bye. Good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel. So you're probably wondering why you should be watching this video or why I even made a YouTube channel. So a little bit about me. My name is Donovan and I've been in the Army for almost 11 years now. But besides being in the Army and a full-time soldier, I'm also a part-time delivery driver, and I've been doing it for about going on 3 years now. I've been a delivery driver for Doordash, GrubHub. I tried ubereats, wasn't a fan of it, and then I'm also a delivery driver for edible arrangements, which I'm sure a lot of you don't know that you can actually become one. So I made this YouTube channel because I've been told by a lot of people that have a lot of experience, knowledge. I can provide tips and tricks, different apps that you should be using to make the most amount of money when being a delivery driver, but also to keep track of your mileage, your expenses, your oil changes, all that, because all of that is write-offs for tax for when tax season hits, and you can get a lot of money back for it. So I hope you subscribe to my channel, because in the next upcoming videos I'll be making, first one will be, so you want to become a delivery driver, basically talking about the pros and cons of becoming a delivery driver, why you should be one, why you should commit to it, and how you can be your own boss, make the most amount of money while doing it. And I'll also be doing videos about the difference between Doordash and GrubHub, which is better. I'll also go in depth on how to become a delivery driver for edible arrangements, because it is not like a simple app thing like Doordash, GrubHub, and ubereats is, but you can make a lot of money being a delivery driver part-time for edible arrangements, where it's also good for the owner and even better for you. So I'll teach you how to become one of the drivers for edible arrangements and how you can convince the owner to let you be their driver as well. So please subscribe, please like this video or leave any comments in the comment box, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day. Good morning and welcome back to my channel. As you all know, my name is Donovan and today we're tackling the question, so you want to be a delivery driver. So I have a few people that ask me, how do you become one and such? Should I become one? Why did I become one? And the question you should ask yourself is, why do you want to become one? There are pros and cons to being with it. Obviously my full-time job is being in the Army, but I also do delivery on the side. And the reason I did it is because of financial freedom. It definitely helped my family and I get out of a lot of debt that I had incurred in a previous marriage. So it has definitely helped bring in extra money to help with that. So there are pros and cons with everything of being a delivery driver. And whatever your reason is to become one, own it. Don't be saying, oh, I'm just becoming a delivery driver because I want some extra money to go drinking on the weekend. When in reality, you're actually doing it to make some extra money like I did, to get out of debt or to pay school loan. So find out your reason why you want to become it and do it for that reason. And if there's more reasons that come along, then own it. Always do it for yourself and why you want to do it. So some of the pros of being a delivery driver are, you are your own boss. You make your own schedule. You can choose when you want to work, what time you want to work, how much you want to work each day and such, which is very nice. And basically financial freedom. So I know a lot of people lost their jobs last year because of the COVID pandemic and everything that happened. So a lot of people got laid off or just straight up fired, and then obviously the whole unemployment thing everybody did. But if you actually want to be your own boss and make money, delivery driving is amazing. Some of the cons though with it are, though, because you're not getting an exact salary like if you had with a typical 9-to-5 job, sometimes you have to work longer hours. And I know one of the big cons when I'm doing it is working with rude customers. You'll get a lot of customers that order from some of the fanciest restaurants, probably spend like $100 on their food and they won't tip you at all. You only get like $3 for this delivery. Like, that is one of the worst things. You're delivering all this fancy food, you're making sure it's in your hot bag, you're driving safely, you're making sure the drinks don't spill, you got the straws and everything could be perfect. You're even updating that you're there at the restaurant, you got their food, you're headed to them and everything, and they still don't tip you. So that is one of the biggest cons, is you'll have some of the rudest customers ever. Or another example is one, what do you call it? They didn't put in the app that they wanted it contactless. So I went up there, knocked on the door to give them their food, and they like yelled and screamed because I didn't place it on their porch like they wanted. But in reality, they had never put that in the delivery notes that they wanted contactless, or that they wanted me to leave it there to call them and let them know I was there. So that is one of the cons that you'll be dealing with. But being a delivery driver is a great opportunity, and it is very easy to become one for Doordash. For GrubHub, it took a few months till I got accepted because there was a lot here in Colorado Springs. But those two apps are definitely the best to join. And I will be doing a future video about the differences between Doordash and GrubHub. And overall, I would basically say Doordash, you make a lot more. But GrubHub, you have, I would say, a lot more opportunities and orders. But there are cons with that as well. So if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe and leave your notifications on for more future video as I go more in depth with tips and tricks on how to make the most money with DoorDashing and GrubHubbing, and how to actually do both of them at the same time. Have a great day. Good afternoon, everyone here. So a lot of people are traditionally doing DoorDash and GrubHub and don't realize that besides these two apps, you can actually be a delivery driver for edible arrangements, as you can see right here. So how do you become one? I'm sure you're wondering. So it is a lot different than being a driver for DoorDash and GrubHub. So DoorDash, GrubHub, you can choose your schedule along with Postmates and Uber Eats. Choose your blocks, you do it, you get an order, you accept it, whatever. So edible arrangements is much different. So the reason I was able to become an edible arrangements driver also was because of Doordash. So thank you, Doordash. So a lot of people who have gotten an order through Doordash for edible arrangements know you only get like $3 or $4 and stuff. You take in, you have to go up like 10 flights of stairs in a hotel or multiple levels just to drop off a big fruit arrangement and stuff. So one day I got an order, a double order actually, from Doordash for edible arrangements, and I was just having a rough day, and I think it was like only for like $6 for like, I think total was like 13-14 miles. It was like, I'm not doing that. I was like, terrible pay for $6. I'm like, what? And then you don't even get tipped, like, because we're in the new modern world now where when you bring something to someone, they don't give you like $1 or whatever in person tip. Like, I try to do that if I have cash on me, but most people these days, because they're getting an edible arrangement, somebody else bought it for them, so they're not going to tip you for bringing it. I think, let's see, I would say I've done over close to 4,000 edible arrangement deliveries, and I've only been tipped actually by 2 people, and they were 2 elderly women, one who didn't even speak a lick of Spanish, but I could understand her because I'm from California. But yeah, to become an edible arrangement, I got the double order, I declined it, continued down the highway, and then got it again. I was like, you know what, this must be a sign. I had a fortune cookie like day before that stated something prosperous will come in your future, and I was like, yeah, whatever. So I was like, you know what, I'll just take it and knock it out. Maybe I'll get a better paying double order, just single order. So I came on over to edible arrangement here in the Springs where I live, and I picked up the order from the owner, and that's when I was presented with the amazing opportunity, which I don't know why all edible arrangements do this, or they do it, but nobody knows because other people have found out through secret ways or been told by other people, like I'm about to tell you, and how to become one. So I got it, and the owner approached me and was like, asked how much should I get paid. I was like, oh, I'm only getting $6 for these 2 things that I'm driving all over for. And that's where they're like, you know what, why don't you become a driver for me? So a thing about edible arrangements, a lot of the stores, at least in California, they have their own in-house drivers. So they actually hire somebody, they drive this little cute little van, and they drive their deliveries to everybody all day, and that's literally just their job. Or if they don't have an in-house driver, the owner has to suffer, and the owner drives all the orders to all the different places that they need them, and usually have to work late into night. Well, an opportunity, if you are a driver just like me, that if you have edible arrangements in your town, go check out their driving and see how it is, because the one that I work for, I'm not an employee. So when it comes to taxes and stuff, that I don't work for edible arrangements. That's for sure. Now that's probably sounds bad, but it's true. So I don't work for edible arrangements. Basically, I am a hired driver like Doordash. But edible arrangements has a side pot of money, you could basically say, that the stores have money for fuel and gas, and it is for their in-house driver, but a lot of stores don't have in-house drivers, so the owners are having to do it because they're unable to find a driver. So if you have an edible arrangement store, go check out and see if they have an actual driver or not. So me, the difference between GrubHub and Doordash, you can deny the order if you don't like the pay. So me, I get a set rate for each delivery. So I get $7 per order I take. So like today's order, as you can see, my car is full of balloons, and I got 12 deliveries today. So 12 deliveries, and I get 12 orders, set address and everything. I get 7 per it. So what was that? 7 times 12, what was that? 74. So I'm getting $74 just to drop off these 12 orders. And what's amazing is, unlike Doordash, we had to sit around, go to HOTSPOTS, drive back and forth and stuff. I got a list of everything I need to do. So like, let me show you. So right here, I get my daily schedule. Got my route, obviously it says Donovan. And then I get a set address of everything. I got 11, as you can see. Drive to each address, drop it off. If they're not there, I call them or message them, let them know it's going to be there, and the place to order, obviously, because it's fruit, dipped chocolate and stuff, amazing things, and a cool shaded area if they're not there, so they can get their gift whenever they arrive home and stuff. So if you do not know about edible arrangements, take advantage of it. It is probably been the most amazing thing for my family. Like DoorDash and GrubHub, yes, they're great. I can make like easy $100 a day. But when the holidays hit, edible arrangements, when it's holiday season, I have 2 to 4 routes, and on average each route has about 12 to 15 orders. So like, I remember it was Christmas, and it was like a hectic week from like December 12th to like the 28th, and then like New Year's too. It was intense. Like, I probably average, I remember one of the checks I got was over $2,000 just for, I think it was like 7 to 8 days. I think I did maybe like 40 to 50 deliveries a day and stuff. And then obviously I got like my Christmas bonus from them because the owner's amazing. And yeah, I easily made over $2,000 just in like 8 days doing deliveries. And guess what? It's tax free because you're doing it as a driver with money that is set aside. So like, if you're an in-house driver, you're obviously getting 1099 for it. Me, I'm basically using my own self gas, taxes on everything, my own insurance, my own car, my own wear and tear on the car. So everything is literally coming out of my pocket. So what I'm getting paid is all mine. And it's amazing. My Christmas bonus check I got and all the deliveries did, I stopped using my pickup truck and I bought a little beater Ford Focus, and that's my delivery driver, and it's amazing on gas and it's terrific. So if you guys have the opportunity and have an edible arrangement in your town, go there, talk to the owner, ask them how their driving situation is, if it is the owner driving or if it is an in-house driver, or are they sourcing it to DoorDash. I know this video is long, but this part is important. Edible arrangement sources to DoorDash when they don't have their own driver. And you, the DoorDash driver, are probably getting like $3 or $4 or like $6 for a double order. Instead of getting $6 for a double order like me, you can go talk to them and you could probably get the standard $7. Or if you're in California, you probably get like $9, $10. I'm sure you get more. And get that standard and be the driver, which would not only save the store money, but would also put more money in your pocket. Because I talked to the owner for one of my orders that I literally drove a mile from the store to an apartment complex. Costed, I think the store paid, I think it was like $12 or $13 just to have it delivered by DoorDash. And that DoorDash person, when I was there, literally told me they were getting $3. So the store paid $12, $13. DoorDash only got $3. So DoorDash themselves, the company that's worth billions or millions or whatever, got $10 of profit just for 1 mile. So it definitely benefits the store if you are able to go there and talk to them and become their actual in-house driver or driver for them, and it'll make you great money. It only takes me like 2 hours to do 15 orders, and it's nice. Benefit you will love. So take advantage of it. If you're a driver out there and you have an edible arrangement, go check it out. You won't regret it. Have a great day. There's no reason to be waiting outside and stuff. That pickup time is just an algorithm that's created by DoorDash to tell you that you need to get the order by this time. What up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel for another video. So today I'm going to be tackling my top 10 tips. Go in order and make sure I don't forget any one of them. So the first one is your schedule and your dashing time. So knowing when to go dashing and stuff is very important, because the prime time, if you're doing breakfast, is usually around 7 to 9 is when you can be get some breakfast orders and not be waiting around and stuff. But the prime time for dashing is during lunchtime and dinner time. So here in Colorado, the prime time, and in most states, is between 11 and 1:30 is when most people are usually going on their lunch, or they're getting their lunch break, and instead of going out to get it, they're going to be ordering through Doordash, GrubHub, whatever delivery service. And for dinner, a lot of people will say it's like 5 to 8, but that's not true, because in most major cities, that is not what's happening. A lot of people eat later. So here, the prime time, which you'll see on Doordash and GrubHub apps, is 4 to 9 is the prime time for dinner here. Especially being in a military town in Colorado Springs, especially if you're in any area where there's a military base, whether it's Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, there will always be service members that will be getting off later, around 5 to 6:30, is usually if they're working a late day, and you'll see them start ordering around 7:38, which will all push into 9:30. So those are the prime time dinners you want to do, is 11 to 1:30 and 4 to 9 p.m. or your prime time to dash, so you're not wasting any time just sitting around waiting for an order to come in. Number 2, I would say, is your pickup time. When I first started, I thought pickup time was important. I thought I had to have the order picked up by that time, or I was going to get penalized, it was going to hurt my rating. Like when I first started dashing, all I cared about was trying to have 100% rating and stuff. After a few months, you learn that doesn't matter. So if you're brand new, don't even worry about it. Yes, you want to, if you're starting off, you want to build up your numbers, have a good percentage wise, because it's based off the past 100 orders for DoorDash and such. But pickup times do not matter. And when you get there, like when I was there, I would say, oh, 9:45. I'd get there 9:40. I'd wait till 9:45, go in and get it. But if you get there at 9:40, go in and get your order. There's no reason to be waiting outside and stuff. That pickup time is just an algorithm that is created by DoorDash to tell you that you need to get the order by this time, or that's when the restaurants would be available. Most of the time, the order is done before then. Or if it's a very busy restaurant, or like here in Wendy's, Popeyes, Taco Bell, they're terrible here. They're always like 10-20 minutes late past it. If you're Popeyes, just straight up deny it. I've had to wait over an hour for it here in the Springs, and they're one of my top 5 restaurants to avoid, and I will make a video of that soon. Number 3, HOTSPOTS. Do not go to a hotspot and sit there. If you've been doing deliveries for a while, for DoorDash, GrubHub, whoever, you know not to go to a hotspot. Like here in the Springs, you'll see a hotspot for, I'm sure other dashers have seen this too, like Buffalo Wild Wings, or B-dubs as the military says, or BW3s as other people say it. Buffalo Wild Wings is not going to be a hotspot in the morning. It might say it's a hotspot. You're not getting somebody ordering buffalo wings at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. in the morning. Definitely not true. But if you're going to one like here in the Springs, I know a mile and a half away there's an IHOP. And even though it's a mile and a half away from the hotspot, the IHOP is going to be having so many orders in the morning and other breakfast places around it. So hotspots, do not go to them. The reason, the algorithm, as I've figured out and I've talked to other dashers, is the reason it says a hotspot is because if you're driving the area and boom, we'll say like here in Mesa Ridge and Springs, you'll get news company pops up a hotspot. You drive over there, you don't get an order. Most people say, hey, if you wait around like 10 minutes, you'll get it. And yeah, that's true, but you're not going to get it for that place that they claim is a hotspot. It's going to be like the Chick-fil-A, the Subway, the Szechuan Panda, the Panda Express, in the area that's actually going to get an order for you. So hotspots, especially in the morning, if you know the restaurant that's listed as a hotspot doesn't even open till like the afternoon stuff, do not go to it. Go to like a place that you know is going to actually have orders for you. It comes down to common sense. So if you're in an area of a hotspot, stay in that area, but do not go to the hotspot and wait. It is a waste of time for you. Let's see, my next tip, be picky with your orders. So the next one would be 2 tips. Be picky and set a standard per mile of what you should earn. So for me, starting off, I figured that earning $1 a mile was a good standard. But since I've been doing it for a long time now, and gas is increasing, is over $3 here now in the Springs, I would set your standard higher. So my standard now for a order is $1.50 per mile. I know some dashers that do 2 per mile, and those are people that have done thousands and thousands of deliveries like me, so they can just straight up deny like 10 orders in a row till they get it. But yeah, be picky with your orders. Do not accept less than what your time is worth. So if your time is worth $2 a mile, take $2 a mile and stick to your standard. You want to start with the standard and always keep it. And as you get more experience with it, if you want to, like me, I started at $1. That was my standard, $1 per mile, and then now I'm $1.50 a mile. Eventually I go to $2 whenever I feel like it. But have a standard for that and be picky with your orders. Another one is wait times. Wait times is crucial. So if you get an order and even if it's only like 1.5 miles total time, so driving there and taking it to the house, if you know this restaurant takes forever for wait times, do not take it. Like a lot of fancy restaurants, as most people know, they take forever because it is a fancy restaurant. They are ensuring the food tastes great, the presentation looks great, and the to-go boxes, everything is good to go. They will take a lot longer than the recommended pickup time and such. Like I said, pickup times don't matter. And these fancy restaurants, your wait time will be so long. But here, I don't know how it is in other cities, but here in the Springs, Popeyes. Popeyes is the worst place to get an order. There's a Popeyes here, and it's in Fountain. It's over on Santa Fe. And this Popeyes restaurant staff has been fired, like entire staff, like general manager, everything has been fired like 2 to 3 different times. And because the wait times, let's see, my longest average time was an hour 45 minutes just for a simple spicy chicken combo. And then another time was an hour 15, hour 20, and it got so bad. Yeah, the staff has been replaced many times here. Now, I think the average, I've been there, I think it was like a week or two ago, I think the average wait was about 30 minutes, which is still crazy for a fast food place. Like, you should show up, wait a minute or two, if that, get the food and go, even for a small little combo and stuff. So your wait times are important. So if you know it's a terrible place, do not go there. Another example is a lot of places don't know this, is a lot of barbecue places. So some are great, they're really quick and stuff, but there's one here, and I know a few restaurants have this way they do their business. It's not just barbecue. Like I've seen it at a couple of restaurants too, where the Dasher or the GrubHubber or the Postmate or whatever service you're doing, the delivery driver, you are basically the customer. So example here is Bird Dog Barbecue here. Amazing food, amazing barbecue, usually quick when you go in and you eat in the restaurant. So here, the delivery driver is the customer. So they do not make the food until you arrive on scene and wait in the line to get the food. So literally, I got this last week and they changed it because they were never like this. They would make the food, you run in, grab it, you're good to go. Now, you have to physically go in, wait in line. When it's like if you're a typical customer going in, when it's your time to order, that is the Dasher's time to order. So you're not even ordering it. You're basically there waiting in line. When you get to the counter, you say, oh, I'm here for Sam. You literally walk down the line to where they get the tray, they're getting the food, they're making the sandwich, whatever you get, to the cash register, and they cash you out, even though you're not using your red card or purple card or whatever. You're literally serving as their place marker. And I had one, like a week or two ago, and it took like 30 minutes because there's like 4 different parties in front of me waiting to get the order, and I literally had to wait. So no wait times, they're crucial. If you don't know wait times, have a couple. After you do a few times at certain restaurants, you'll learn if they're a fast restaurant or slow. So know those. Like me, I even write down before I started memorizing them, like the average wait time I was at a certain restaurant. So wait time is crucial. Next one I would say is set realistic goals. So when I first started, I think my first week I made like $650 because I was doing it like 5 days a week, and I did like 4 or 5 hours into the night after work. And I was like, oh wow, I'm making $650 a week. I can do this every week. It's like awesome. And then like another 2 weeks go by and I'm barely making $300 and stuff. So the thing you have to do is set realistic goals. You need to set a goal for your week and set a goal for your day. So me, I used to do like, oh, I'm going to do 100 a day, but then I changed to where I'm going to do like 40, $50 a day and stuff because I have a family and I work full time. for the Army, so working late nights was not doable after a while, because definitely annoyed the wife for sure and took away my time from my family. So my goal, I changed it. It was 500, which was very doable. 7 days, you can easily make $500. But after that, I lessened it to about 200, 300. You know, it's nice and stuff. So having a realistic goal needs to be done for sure if you're a delivery driver. If you don't have a realistic goal, then you're gonna fail for sure. I would say if you're just starting off, have your goal be between $50 to $100 a day, and then I would set a weekly goal as well, 300 to 400, because there will be ups and downs for sure. You'll have a lot of money one week because who knows, everybody got paid that week. It's the first week, or like military, we get paid on the 1st to 15th, so everybody in the barracks is ordering food and such, so you're definitely going to make a lot more money those weeks. And then there's those weeks where everybody's penny pinching, where they barely got any money, they're not really. So have a realistic goal and stick to it so you won't be let down. Let's see. My next one, bring food and use the restroom. So this is basically preparing for your dash or your outing and stuff. So before you go, make sure you use the restroom, because you don't know if the place you're going to is going to have a restroom in there, if you're going to have wait time and stuff. Basically, you want to maximize your time when you're doing deliveries and stuff. So bring food with you. Like I always bring a couple RX bars and some Baruca nuts, some peanuts or whatever, and a water and energy drink. Make sure I'm good. I got my liquids in case you get thirsty, and I got my snacks and stuff, so you're not tempted to take someone's order. Like there are drivers that will straight up steal the food from the delivery driver or from the customer. You can dash out of state. So I know there's rumors of some videos of dashers that are popular and have way more subscribers. I mean, that say, oh, you can't tip or you can't dash out of state. That is not true. You can, and I highly recommend you take advantage of it anytime you travel. So with Doordash, at least I know you can dash outside of your city that you're registered in. So I registered in Colorado Springs. I can dash in any city, any state I want. And what's great about that is if you do travel, go to another state, I believe it is, I don't know if it's a set state limit or set limit by Doordash, but I know in another state you can make up to $500 or $600, and Doordash won't have it on your 1099 because you didn't make enough money in that state for it to even qualify for taxes at all. So I highly recommend you dash out of state and take advantage of it, especially my military brothers and sisters that are delivery drivers. When you go TDY and you got your rental car and you're there, take advantage of driving out of state and earn that extra money as well. My last tip that I have for you, tip number 10, is to have audio podcasts or the app Audible or anything that you can connect and plug into your car speaker and listen to and learn from. Like my favorite thing is listening to Audible. You're waiting for deliveries, or you have plenty of time when you're driving to get an order, or you're driving around just to be given an order. You might as well make the most out of your time and learn something. Like my favorite thing to listen to on Audible is the Darren Aline Show. He's a superfood hunter. He talks about great things, about new tips and tricks how to do stuff and to make your life better. And most people know him from Down to Earth, the Netflix TV series with Zac Efron that came out last year, I believe. But yeah, have something to do. Maximize your time in the car instead of wasting it listening to music and some of the trashy stuff that is coming out on the radio these days. Why don't you listen to Audible, learn something new? You can even listen to some programs where you can learn a new language like Spanish and French. Like make the most of your time while you are driving and picking up deliveries or going to drop off one. And that will be the end of it for my top 10 tips. I appreciate you watching this whole video, and always remember to like, subscribe, and turn your notifications on to learn about my upcoming videos. My next video I will be making are the apps that I use, and some apps that I wish I had known about when I first started being a delivery driver. So if you're a brand new delivery driver, you will want to stay tuned to learn about Everlance, Get Upside, Beans, and Gas Buddy, among others. Have a great day. Good afternoon, everyone. As you all know, my name is Donovan, and I just want to apologize. I know it's been a little while since I've made a few videos and stuff. I was on vacation on a big family and friend camping trip in Arizona with my family, and I just got back yesterday, and I just flew to North Carolina for a few weeks of training here. So now I'm back, and now I can actually make some more videos and stuff and share my knowledge and tips with you all. So today's video I want to tackle are the apps that I use for deliveries, whether it's for Doordash or GrubHub. And these are apps that I wish I had known about right when I started doing deliveries and such, because it would have definitely helped me out a lot, and it would have made life so much easier than how it was when I first started. And man, there were some rough days, that's for sure. So the first one I want to talk about is Everlance. So Everlance, there's a free version and a paid version. When I signed up for Everlance, I believe it was like $50 for like the whole year of usage, and it's definitely worth it when it comes tax season. So Everlance is an app that tracks the mileage that you drive, whether it's personal or for work. So obviously you want to use it for work because you're driving for Doordash, GrubHub, Postmates, whatever your service may be that you're driving for. So Everlance is amazing because it tracks all your mileage that you're driving. You can add your gas expenses, your gas notes, how much you spent at the gas station, what gas station it was, even put a picture of your receipt in it like I do. It also, you can add your oil changes, which obviously if you don't know, you can write those off for tax purposes. So every oil change I get, I add it to that. So I add my receipts, my gas expenses, my oil changes, any maintenance. So like my truck before I got my Doordash vehicle I currently use now, the whole water reservoir had to be replaced and the pump. And the reason the truck was getting so much wear and tear was because of delivery. So I was able to add that expense because that is part of maintaining my delivery vehicle as such. So Everlance is a very important one because when tax season comes, you can export all your mileage and your expenses, Microsoft Office Excel, or you can do a PDF, and it will have everything listed out, all your expenses. And when it comes to doing your taxes, it's perfect. So you can add your mileage and your expenses for the self-employment stuff, and you get huge write-offs for it. Like obviously I have my Army side of things for tax season, but having that self-employed and all those expenses tracked for my vehicles and stuff, it definitely helped a lot. Another app, the second app I would tell you about that I love and use every single time I get gas is Get Upside. So if you don't know what Get Upside is, it is an app that basically gives you money back. So not every gas station is a participant with this app, but most of them are. A lot of Circle K, Chevrons, and such. So Get Upside is an app you go on whenever you're needing gas and search the local area and see which gas stations are participating, and it'll tell you exactly which ones are participating. Even has a directions feature too, so you can find directions to it. But you arrive, and depending on if you get 85, 87, 89, whatever grade level of fuel you get, you'll get money back per gallon for it. So I get the typical 85 because it's all my little old card needs. It doesn't need any special gas. And the most money I usually get on average is between 5 to 6 cents, depending on if they're doing like specials and stuff, per gallon. So about every time I fill up my car, it's about $2-3 back in my pocket. And as I get gas over time, that amount of money builds up in the app, and I cash out anytime as a gift card, PayPal. I usually do a PayPal so I can put it in my bank account. But yeah, you basically get money back just getting gas like you normally would. And who wouldn't want free money? So take advantage of Get Upside. My third app that I would highly recommend everyone get is Beans. Now, it is an interesting name, and you're all probably thinking, Beans, what is Beans? What is this going to do for deliveries and me? Beans is amazing. Beans is a lifesaver. I've been using Beans for a while now because of edible arrangements, and that's how I found out about it, but I've recently learned that a lot of people actually don't know about it, and that's popular YouTube dashers are actually talking about it now. So me, I've been using it for a while now, probably like a year, if not. So Beans is an app that basically has every single apartment complex, house, whatever you can think of, uploaded into their system. And the reason why Beans is such a lifesaver is because of apartments. So every delivery driver knows, whether it's early in the morning, at night, most apartment complexes are hard or disorganized. There's not like a giant map that tells you where the building is. So at nighttime, when you're looking for like 1418 West Meadow, and there's not a single light on the building, the number's not even visible if it even has a full sign of the number on it and such. So Beans, you can literally open up the app, search the address, and it will bring up like the layout of the entire apartment complex, and then it will even tell you where the building is. And if you search like apartment number 101, it will tell you what side of the building and where exactly that apartment is located. So Beans is a huge lifesaver. It has helped me so many times on late nights when some buildings aren't even labeled with the correct number, or they're missing half the numbers. Like it'll be building 1456 and the 5 and the 6 are missing. It's just 14. You can't even figure out what department it is. So I highly recommend you download Beans right away if you do not have it as a delivery driver, whether new or experienced. Beans will save you time and help you make more money by not losing your time. Number 4 app I recommend is your Notes app on your phone. Every phone has a Notes app. Me, I have a Samsung, so mine is Samsung Notes. Notes app is amazing because if you're doing a lot of deliveries, especially like me in gated communities need a code. Well, those orders you're receiving, a lot of people don't give you those codes or forget to give them, and you have to always call, get a message, you gotta wait just to get inside. So me, what I use my Notes app for is I write down every community I've ever been to, whether it's old ones I haven't gone to in a while or even new ones, like say I got one today and I need a code. I literally write down Vista Buena communities, and I will put down that code in the notes section. So next time I get a Doordash, GrubHub order to a certain community, if I need a code and there's not one provided, I will already have that code. I don't have to call a customer and them not answer me. I don't need to message them and wait like 10 minutes to get a code. I can straight up look at my Notes app, get the code, put it in, boom, go to my actual final destination. So I love the Notes app for gated community codes. I also love it because when I was big on doing groceries for Walmart, before I stopped doing that, was I had a whole intro, like a beginning intro and an after intro. Like, as we all know, Walmart Safeway orders are terrible. You don't get tipped until after you deliver it, if they even do tip you. So I would always have right that said, "Hi, my name is such and such. I am your DoorDasher. I'm waiting to pick up your order currently," yada yada. And after that, I would obviously take it to them, or that would start the conversation with the customer, let them know I'm waiting there, let them know when I'm headed to their house, once I drop it off. And then once I dropped it off, that's where I would let them know, your groceries have been delivered by me. I would appreciate a good rating if you feel that I did a good job delivering your groceries. I would also put an asterisk and be like, if items are missing and such, this is a number for the store to call them, and that my rating should not be based on missing items, because I am not the person in charge of the items, because Walmart won't tell you what you're supposed to be getting for that actual customer. They just say, here's your order, put it in your car, and you obviously know you unloaded their house, and that's it. And let them know that you cared about their order and such, and you brought it to them as best as you could. So having notes was amazing for that, for having the intros, the endings, gated community codes. And then I also have a section that tells me like restaurant wait times too. So like I've memorized most of them after going to a lot of restaurants often, but at first starting off, I'd be like, McDonald's on Elm Street took me 25 minutes. Popeyes, the worst restaurant ever to go to in Fountain, Colorado, took me over an hour and a half. So I would highly recommend you use your notes app and use it wisely and make the best of it. So those would be my top 4 apps, would be Everlance, Get Upside, Beans, and the notes sections. And some other ones I've used also too were like Gas Buddy before I discovered Get Upside. That just tells you the prices of gas, but I'd rather get money back instead of save a few cents here and there with Gas Buddy. And it's not always accurate on Gas Buddy as well. And that would be it. So I appreciate all of you tuning in to my video, and I'll be making more videos soon since I have some free time now and I'm back from vacation. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope you like this video, you subscribe and have your notifications on, and stay tuned to my future videos I'll be making. Have a great day.